In this video, we will talk about the rise and fall of ancient trade routes. Throughout history, trade routes have been the lifelines of civilizations, facilitating the exchange of goods, culture, and ideas. These routes connected distant lands and allowed societies to thrive economically and culturally. However, many of these ancient trade routes eventually declined due to changing political, economic, and environmental factors. This document explores the history, significance, and eventual decline of some of the world's most notable ancient trade routes. The Silk Road, connecting East and West. The Silk Road was one of the most important trade routes in history, connecting China to the Mediterranean. This vast network of paths allowed for the exchange of various goods, including silk, spices, precious metals, and many other products. It played a crucial role in linking Asia, the Middle East, and Europe, promoting trade and economic growth. However, the Silk Road was significant for reasons beyond commerce. It served as a channel for the spread of religions like Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. As traders and travelers moved along the route, they shared ideas and beliefs which helped shape the cultures of the regions involved. This cultural exchange influenced art, science, and technology, leaving a lasting impact on societies across different continents. The decline of the Silk Road began with the rise of maritime trade routes. As sea travel became more efficient and safer, traders started to prefer shipping goods by water rather than overland. Additionally, the fall of powerful empires that supported the Silk Road's infrastructure, along with political instability in key areas, made the overland route less viable. New technologies, such as improved shipbuilding and navigation, further shifted trade towards the seas. As a result, the Silk Road gradually lost its prominence, marking a significant change in global trade dynamics. In summary, the Silk Road was vital not only for trade but also for cultural and religious exchanges. Its decline highlights the changing nature of commerce and the influence of technological advancements on trade routes throughout history. The Incense Route, aromatic wealth of Arabia. The incense route was an important trade path that linked the Arabian Peninsula to the Mediterranean. This route facilitated the exchange of valuable commodities, especially fragrant resins like frankincense and myrrh. These aromatic substances were highly sought after for their use in religious ceremonies and medicinal practices. The trade along the incense route brought great wealth to ancient kingdoms in southern Arabia, such as Saba and Himyar. As merchants transported these precious goods, the region flourished culturally and economically. The wealth generated from this trade enabled the development of cities and contributed to the prosperity of the Arabian Peninsula. However, the incense route began to decline over time. One major factor was the rise of alternative sources of incense, which made it easier for people to obtain these goods without relying solely on Arabian supplies. Additionally, the spread of Christianity reduced the demand for incense in religious rituals, further impacting trade. Changes in trade patterns also played a role in the decline of the route. As new trade routes emerged and preferences shifted, the importance of the incense route diminished. Environmental factors, such as desertification in key areas, also made the route less sustainable for trade. In summary, the incense route was a vital trade pathway that significantly contributed to the wealth and culture of ancient Arabia. Its decline illustrates how changes in demand, trade patterns, and the environment can affect long-established trade routes. The Amber Road, Europe's golden treasure. The Amber Road was an ancient trade route that connected the Baltic region to the Mediterranean, primarily used to transport amber. This fossilized tree resin was highly prized for its beauty and was often crafted into jewelry and religious artifacts, making it a valuable commodity. The Amber Road facilitated not just trade but also cultural interaction between northern and southern European societies. As goods moved along the route, people exchanged ideas, traditions, and technologies, contributing to the cultural richness of the regions involved. Areas like Poland and the Baltic states benefited economically from this trade, as local economies grew around the production and transport of amber. However, the Amber Road began to decline after the fall of the Roman Empire, which had been one of the major consumers of amber. With the empire's collapse, demand for amber weakened. Additionally, the rise of alternative trade networks and changing economic powers shifted the focus away from the Amber Road, making it less significant over time. Furthermore, new trade routes developed that offered different goods and better access, leading traders to explore other options. As a result, the importance of the Amber Road diminished. In summary, the Amber Road was a key trade route that connected different cultures and facilitated economic growth in the regions it traversed. Its decline highlights how changes in demand, political power, and trade networks can impact long-standing trade routes throughout history. The Trans-Saharan trade routes, gold and salt in Africa. The Trans-Saharan trade routes connected sub-Saharan Africa to North Africa and the Mediterranean. These routes were crucial for the exchange of gold, salt, and other goods. Cities such as Timbuktu and Gao flourished as trade hubs, becoming centers of learning and culture. The wealth generated by this trade supported powerful empires like Mali and Songhai. The decline of the Trans-Saharan trade routes was influenced by the rise of Atlantic trade routes and European colonization, which shifted economic focus away from the interior of Africa. Additionally, the introduction of railways and other modern transportation methods made traditional camel caravans less necessary. The spice routes, flavoring the ancient world. The spice routes were maritime trade routes that connected the spice-producing regions of Southeast Asia with Europe and the Middle East. Spices like cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg were highly sought after for their culinary, medicinal, and preservative qualities. These routes fostered economic prosperity and cultural exchanges between diverse civilizations, including the Indian, Arab, and European worlds. They also spurred advancements in navigation and shipbuilding. The spice routes' decline began with the European Age of Exploration, which established direct sea routes to the spice-producing regions, bypassing traditional middlemen. The rise of colonial powers further disrupted traditional trading systems. The Grand Canal, China's lifeline. The Grand Canal in China was not a traditional trade route, but a massive infrastructure project that connected the Yangtze and Yellow Rivers. It facilitated the movement of goods, people, and ideas within China, supporting economic and cultural unity. The canal played a crucial role in the prosperity of dynasties like the Tang and Song, enabling efficient grain transport and tax collection. It also supported urbanization and trade within China. The Grand Canal's decline came with the rise of railroads and modern transportation, which reduced the importance of waterways. Additionally, neglect and political instability led to its deterioration in certain periods. The rise and fall of ancient trade routes illustrate the dynamic nature of human history. These routes were vital for economic prosperity, cultural exchange, and the spread of ideas, shaping the world as we know it. Their decline often reflected broader changes in technology, politics, and society. Understanding these ancient networks offers valuable insights into how interconnectedness has always been a driving force in human development. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.